Hello and welcome to the Laneverse. I am the Madam Laneverse, free madam mastering many arts. And as we shift today, it's the free madam enjoying a simple, lucky life as an illustrator, brand marketer, and art lifestyle YouTuber, vlogger. Clearly have been some changes. I didn't post up on May 18th. Had to make some adjustments. Whatever today's episode is going to be, it's not going to be that. It is going to be on the art of dedication. Being human is clearly a growing experience. I mean, overall, as an art lifestyle YouTuber, the dedication is dedication that goes into having a YouTube channel, building a web presence, and circling back to my shit, to actually master something requires the dedication and the commitment to see it through. Part of what is helping me in this process is I came across this book in the library called I've Decided to Live 120 Years. My original plan was 115. Got me feeling I could do more. The oldest recorded person was a 122-year-old French lady. So, I mean, we got technology now. We got all this technology. I think she was born in like 1820 something. It can't possibly. I don't know. But she lived until she was 122. Before there was the modern conveniences, the more that we have now. So why not? Thus, I'm 35, 30, 33, whatever age I decide I'm at the time. In the grand scheme of things, if I've been dealing with my shit about the life that I've lived up until this point, to hit 120 and then the first 30 years weren't as great. What's happening between that? What is that? God, that is 90 years. I had to stop and think about what am I going to be doing for 90 years? Still process getting older and losing capacity of certain things or not being able to do certain things, which I think is like the hardest aspect, what people fear the most about it. What does that life look like? And then just my interests. I'm not too pressed to master things in like less than a year or whatever, because it's like I got so much time. Sure, anything can happen in life, but when you have the outlook that you're going to be living for another 90 years or so, it's just like, you know what, things aren't too bad. The bird's eye view, a big picture view of how to navigate existence on your terms. So let's get into some specifics. It's June 1st. So it's Japanese June. I think I'm also going to do a Japanese July. So I will be doing a video to cover my progress. The Japanese video might actually be on July 1st. I got into Japanese when I was like 10, and it wasn't like a dedication thing. As like that book I showed you mentioned, there is a chapter on completion. I feel like I didn't complete the Japanese quest. And I mean, even me mastering the many arts, the electric guitar, doing art, whatever else I say that I'm doing. The things that to me, I haven't completed. Like I haven't gotten to a level of competence that I can integrate it into my day-to-day life without it demanding more of me. Just talking right now. That's why I want to do a Japanese. And even when it comes to art, I know there's going to be there's always going to be certain projects that push me past my limits and test my limits. But an inherent part of that is I've also just learned how to put ideas together in ways that people who don't draw or don't draw as often just can't. So that is the dedication element, is being able to have that level of integration with the skill where it's me, it's a part of me, it's a defining part of my existence. And when we get into what dedication means, what comes to mind to me is just a level of not just commitment, but love of what you're doing. Love is inherent in the commitment, in that you're doing it long term, you're doing it consistently and frequently. regardless of the troubles, regardless of what comes up, you're always going to stick to it. And it is a reflection of maximize our existence is by not giving up. It's what keeps away the despair. It's what helps you heal and move through trauma experiences, mental illnesses, and whatnot. You have to hope for something to keep working towards it and keep working on it, even if you don't see immediate results. It's also been teaching me about self-worth and what exactly value means, and that what that even means for me as far as taking my gifts, the things that I love doing, and deciding how I get to show up in the world and live this life, and ultimately how that's going to allow me to exchange what I got with other people so that I can get what I need. The person I'm interacting with is always going to, as I have learned, is always going to get what they want and what they believe that they need from me. So being dedicated to what I do and how I maintain things and how I keep my focus is very important for me to know how to navigate the world and understand, not just me, but understand people who are dedicated to what they do, so that we can measure each other's energy and levels and what exactly we're exchanging and how long we're going to be working together. And what comes to mind, especially as an American, even more so as a Black American woman, is this obsession with strength and this idea of resilience. When parents believe that they're instilling resilience in their children, what I've been learning through this process and embodying what exactly this means for dedication, in the long run in these commitments, is that it's endurance. Strength comes from endurance, but the purpose of strength is not domination. It's durability, and it's having the inherent power to do certain things. That does definitely get distorted. Of course it's distorted. Circling back to how we all suffered traumas and whatnot, and everything we're doing as we move forward as a society and world with these things, is there's so much obsession with passing on pain and seeing that as beneficial, while acting like you know the ways of the world and how humanity functions, when most of American society is dehumanizing, and much of the world in the way that it is can be dehumanizing. It's not catering to a mass support of people being above a baseline. It kind of keeps people just under a baseline of healthiness and functionality. So dedication, you need the resilience, you need endurance to not give up. It's, to me, again, circling back to the parents and even how people treat each other and think you need to keep being hard on somebody, when it's like, I've constantly been told I am too hard on myself. I beat myself up, blah, blah, blah. And that's because there wasn't a counterbalance. I've had to learn my own counterbalance. And this isn't something that should be left for people to figure out. People, even children, let alone, figure out how to recover from so much pain and pressure that other people put on them, when those people putting the pressure on think that they're helping that person, when it's an imbalance. Building resilience means that you bounce back faster. That looks different for different people. It has taken me 3 years to, there's really no bouncing back. I have to completely change, which I don't have an issue with, but it was the ways I was changing was literally, I've been in pain for 3 years. I've been in physical pain and emotional, psychological pain endlessly, and not really having anybody to have taught me how to address the pain, how even to feel the pain and accept it for what it is, because by accepting and feeling through the pain for recovery, lifting weights is the best comparison. Putting pressure on people and not teaching recovery, not even understanding a healthy, viable, sustainable way of resilience. To me, it's performative. It's performative resilience. The constant pressure is like overtraining at the gym. You want to have super buff pecs or biceps. So you decide you're going to bench press every day and then increase the weight each day. What the fuck do you think is going to happen to you? There's an ebb and flow, because at that point you may be dedicated to going to the gym, but once your ass is super fucked up from going to the gym and increasing weight that you can't handle and then getting broken down after that, your ass ain't gonna be back in the gym for a minute, regardless of how much you want to be and how much you love it. That's where the elements of building the resilience requires, it's a part of a balance of the recovery process and being intentional about what exactly you're growing from or what exactly the pain comes from, and seeing what you can learn from that and how you can, after that experience, start to build from that and start to, most importantly, fill in those fractures within yourself or completely rebuild a new foundation so that you can keep going. Dedication is about having that endurance and developing that endurance to keep moving forward till you get to that desired point and still maintaining that as a part of your existence. That is what I want for myself. There was a major turning point in my life, December 2018, potentially even before that. And then a bunch of shit happened over the course of 2019. Then we get into pandemic land. And I was down. I was not well. And I was completely on my own. And also chose to be completely on my own to figure it out. Because I'd been given a lot of answers. But those answers and some of the actions I was taking, it just wasn't working for me to move forward and to understand again that long-term commitment that I wanted to have that would make me feel that I live a meaningful, valuable life. So, ladies, gentle people and boys, and everybody else in between, that's it for me. I just, again, wanted to cover that. Next episode, June 18th, there will be 2 videos. One on the conclusion of the art of brand building. And then it'll be the art of guitar playing, because I've been doing that and learning some Eve songs. Japanese, that'll come July 1st. And July 18th will be all things Orange 91. From there, for the most part, I'm just going to be focusing on my personal roles as an illustrator, brand marketer. So the latter half of the year is me distinctly promoting projects. That said, like, comment wisely, share with love, and be sure to subscribe if you feel in the vibe. I will catch you on June 18th. And I will be starting Faded Fridays, which will be the 2nd and 4th Friday, where I will be posting my podcast episodes overlaid with art process videos. I'll have at least one in June, but then we'll have like a regular schedule. If you're feeling everything, you're picking up what I'm putting down, feel free to support the realm financially with fiat or digital currency, with the likes and comments and positivity and sharing and all that. I do need help with getting certain parts of these projects going. So if you can help out with that process, it's most appreciated. The link is available down down in the description. Go to the coffee.com link, which is where you can do a fiat financial support. And if you want to keep up with anything else happening or everything else happening in the Laneverse, you can go to the official Laneverse.com website, where you will also find that I have merch of this poster right here. I need to be touching her junk. If you want mugs, t-shirts, your own poster, or something else with this beautiful black lady roaring on it, you can get that done on Laneverse.com or Laneverse.threadless.com. I'll see you in the next video.